Hello everyone, welcome back. And today we are going to do Mind of Merc Sol. So the theme is being dominated, suppressed, or contradicted by an extremely dictatorial authority. So the only solution in such a situation is to either get away from or revolt against this domination. So the metal mercury is liquid at room temperature, and in the periodic table it lies in the sixth period, the last line of metals, all of which are heavy metals. So the Mercurius is closely related to platinum and aurum. It is one of the most syphilitic remedies known. So the Mercurius person feels viciously attacked from all sides. He has the delusion that he is surrounded by enemies, that everyone around is his enemy and he has to fight his way out. So this is a desperate situation which necessitates a desperate reaction. And so with Mercurius, as with other syphilitic remedies, the accent is on destruction either himself or of others. So while on the one hand he feels dominated and defines authority, on the other hand he can become quite dictatorial himself. So writer says, I refer to Misha's Norland's article on Saddam Hussein and Mercury. So I have to obstinately fight even to the bitter end, even if everything in my country is destroyed. So one of the main themes of Mercurius is violence, suicidal or homicidal. So he has the impulse to kill anyone who contradicts him. He is defiant towards authority to the extent of killing or being killed. Mercurius is a remedy of extremes. The violence and anger is very sudden and impulsive. So in his violent rage he can kill quite easily, and the very next moment he may be himself again as though nothing had happened. So in fact he may be quite jovial like a Staphysagria person. He has trembling when angry or enraged. On the physical plane, the violence and destruction are seen in the form of ulcers with a very foul odor and a tendency to decay. So Mercurius and many of its salts have a hurry, an impatience, a speed. So for example, this person will often stammer because they are hasty in speech. The words simply tumble upon one another. So writer says, I have found a lot of restlessness among Mercurius children. I have also found them to be precocious and defiant. While they can be precocious on the one hand, they can be dull and stupid on the other. So a case of Mercurius that I remember well, that of a 15-year-old boy who was brought by his father because he was dull and not interested in his studies, or for that matter in any learning, in learning anything. So his father said that in infancy and in early childhood the boy had been well above average. The problem seems to have started when the child guidance counselor had forced him to start writing with his right hand, whereas the boy was naturally left-handed. So after that he lost interest in things very quickly. He was not interested in studies, current affairs, sports or games. Although I observed him to be sharp and intelligent, he was obstinate. He also had an intense fear of examination. Before the exams he would be confident, but during the exam he would just go blank and write nothing. So he had failed twice in school as a result, and said he did not think of the consequences. He was obsessed with cars and garages and had dreams of the same. So he also had a recurrent dream that a man who seems to resemble his father is standing on a crowded railway platform, and there seems to be a hand stabbing him in the back. So he had another dream of falling down the stairs in college. So if someone argued with him, he got angry very fast. He did not get along with his mother. She would force him to do things and he would throw things at her. So she would ask him not to eat meat on Fridays. He would buy meat with his pocket money and go to tell her about it so that she would start shouting at him. So he liked to watch action movies, thrillers, and martial art films. So I understood that this was an intelligent boy who became dull and stupid and defiant when he was forced to change from his left hand to his right. So he did not like to be forced to do things. This was his sensitive point. He was quite strong, had no fear. If he failed in school, it did not matter to him. He would defy even to the point of destroying his own future, his life. This was the attitude outside. He had the dream of hand stabbing someone, probably his father, in the back, indicating the feeling of being attacked and the desire to attack back in return. So the potential in this boy was to stab and to be stabbed. He watched action movies, martial art films. The violent streak was there in him. So this is the syphilitic miasm, destruction. The most sensitive point about him related to contradiction. He was contradicted, told to do opposite of what he might have wanted to do. So this gave rise to the dream of stabbing almost every night. Deep in his subconscious was the impulse to kill the person who contradicted him. 6 to 8 weeks after Mercurius 10M, he reported having had the same dream only once. His anger against his parents had reduced. His father said that he was less sluggish and more interested in his studies. Another month later, he reported that he dreamed that someone was threatening to attack him. I understood this to be a good sign. The basic feeling was being connected to him and was coming up into his awareness. His father said he was more lively, more interested in things, and was doing well in exams. His obsession with motor cars had reduced. 2 years later, he continues to do very well in all the aspects of life. Thank you.